Hello everybody, welcome back to the Youth Academy Challenge of Piacenza Calcio, and this is the start of Season 4, Episode 13. Had to check my notes. Episode 13, start of Season 4. We're making good progress on this one in terms of the seasons we're getting through at a decent pace. Not in terms of getting up the divisions, because we're still in the same division where we started this save, but there's going to be a question. I'm going to ask you a question later on in the episode, so make sure you stick around for that. But it's the start of the season, so let's dive in and catch up with some of the news. And we're going to start with players that have gone. So we knew that Marco Carbone was leaving, and that move did go through. He now plays for Venezia and is a breakthrough prospect with them. He's looking pretty good, to be honest. He's up to 45k to 5.4 million, and we had a 50% of any next sale on him. So I'm hopeful that one day we'll be able to cash that clause in and make a good bit of money, or they sell him and we get 50% of it. But generally, you're better off cashing in those clauses as soon as you can. But Marco Carbone has moved to Venezia. He was our best central midfielder. It's going to be tough to replace him. For 19,000 pounds, we've sold Christian Bianchetti to Serie C team, Siena. There's a lot of C's in there. Serie C, Siena. He was pretty good, but we've got such good youngsters coming up through the team and through the academy that I felt we could sort of let him go, to be honest. Christian Bianchetti, he's an attacking midfielder, right, left, did play it in behind the striker a couple of times. We've got Inverardi, Biffy, Granero, the other guy on the right whose name I forget at the moment, Sarbella, and it's like we've got plenty of options on the wing, so I don't think we need him. So as a 26-year-old who was on a decent wage for us, we can get him off the books and bring in £19,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but at this level of football, every little penny really does help. So Christian Bianchetti has gone. Yes, Angelo Fucci has gone. I said I think if we get a bit of £1 million, I'll probably let him go. 925k is what Lecce have actually, 950k, sorry, is what Lecce have actually paid for him. Now it is a big loss because he's 18 and he's really good. And we had just made him club vice captain as well. So he's gone. He's gone. But that has led us into some good financial news, and it's very much helped the bank balance at the club, and we do have the 50% sell on here as well. So if we go and have a look at the clauses in the game, we can see here, go into the clauses. Yes, we have Fucci at 50% of the next transfer fee will go to us, and the same with Marco Carbone as well. Piacenza did pay some of his over installments. Like Lecce would just full on have all the cash. So we have got that into our pockets, and it's really helped. We're now up to over £1 million in the balance. The board still won't do any sort of investment in anything, but having over £1 million is going to be great because we know that we bleed money at this club. And I mean, if we just click into here, you can see the end of last season, we were down here, and now that doesn't work because it doesn't show you the value. That's nearly at minus 900k. So you get 700k for TV rights and stuff like that, which would have pushed us up to here. And then this is all the transfer money coming in. So although it's our two best players that have gone, it is certainly helping the club out. And that is going to happen until we can get to basically Serie, and that is something we need to focus on. But yeah, Fucci and Carbone have both left the club. So with both of our star players leaving, we did have to sort of become inventive of how to get a bit more money in the club, because it doesn't look like we're going to have another player to sell for a while. So we went on a bit of a money spinning friendly pre-season journey where I said, well, we didn't leave anywhere. Lots of clubs came to us. First off, we played against Palermo. The big team from Sicily, came and they beat us 5-3. We then went away to Paganese, which was a game already that was scheduled that I couldn't change, and we lost 2-0, which was very disappointing. Bologna then came to, Calcio. They came to Piacenza, and we lost 3-1. Then Sampdoria came to Piacenza, and we lost 2-1. Then Lugano came, and we drew 2-2, which was very nice. Then Bergamo, or Atalanta as we know them, came and we lost 4-1. And then we had the final pre-season friendly against Marco Carbone's new Venezia, and we drew 1-1, and Marco Carbone did come off the bench. So A very mixed preseason, lots of losses. We didn't actually lose that much morale in terms of what we were doing. 2 draws and 4 defeats. Not great. But from there, as is the case in the lower divisions of Italy every season, we started in the Cup. We actually started in the preliminary round of the Italian Cup, where we faced Padova, the team that got the better of us in the semi-finals of the Serie C playoffs, but this time we got the better of them on scoreline. They pretty much dominated every other stat in the game. But yes, we did win 1-0, which was lovely. A goal from Traschiani, our young attacking midfielder, doing the job. XG was pretty close. We probably created less chances, but more chances, more like higher XG chances is what I'm trying to say. They had most of the match momentum. And as I said, they dominated more of the attributes and stats than us generally throughout the game. But the important thing is that we got through to the next round of the actual Italian Cup. Now, this isn't the Serie C, this is the actual Italian Cup, as we're about to find out today. Because that win in the preliminary round, remember, has drawn us against Lazio. So, coming from the 3rd division of Italy, we get through one round and we have to take on one of the biggest clubs in Italy away from home. Now, I'm not actually too fussed about it being away from home, because if we go and have a look at the Italian Cup in here and we look at the rules and then we go to the first round, which is where we're playing Lazio, the gate receipt is split 45-45 between home team and away team, and then the FA keep that remaining 10% in there. So if they get a decent crowd here in Lazio, we could be taking home quite the windfall, which would be very nice. Now, we're probably going to get smashed, and that's going to lead me on to that question that I spoke about in the intro at the beginning of the video. Who says it's better like this and not scripted? Unbelievable. But yeah, so we're going to be playing that game against Lazio at the end of today's episode. That will be live, so you can all watch it and we can play that together, and we can get smashed all together as we take on our first Serie A opponents. But yes, we are taking on Lazio. But before that, we did have an Italian Serie C first round cup game. Let's go and see how that got on. So to get us underway, it was good work in the middle from Isaac, who we are trusting with the replacement for the Carbone role in there. Cuofo went down the right, played a really good little move into Caputo. He got to the byline, dinked it to the back post, and Inverardi headed home to make it 1-0 to Piacenza inside about 10 minutes. So a very good, fast start from the home team. So Pellegrini won the ball in midfield. Paracci went up the line to Inverardi. Inverardi went all the way across to Cuofo at right back. He then linked up really well with Caputo to create some space for the winger. And it was another cross to the back post where Inverardi, using his 6'3" frame, made it 2-0 to Piacenza. And you can see that we enjoy crosses. And the game was done and dusted before half-time. Inverardi with a great ball down the left, found Traschiani into the middle, and it was 3-0. 3 goals, 3 crosses. 3-0. And you can see from the performance data just how dominant we were. We gave up a lot of possession, but 19 shots, 10 on target, 1.86 XG to their 0.13. We were absolutely cruising, and it was a very good start to hopefully what will be a controlled, nice retention of our Serie C Cup. But let's wait and find out later in the season. And that sort of brings everything up to date. So diving into the game live, as it were, you can see that, yes, next up we do have Lazio. And then after that we have Piacenza in the Italian Serie C Cup second round. Now, we're taking on Lazio, which is just a huge, huge draw for us. And as we mentioned, right, we're taking them on and we get pretty much 50% of the revenue. And we're going to be going to Olimpico, which is, hopefully I can click on it somewhere, 68,708. 68,708, which is just absolutely bonkers. They've actually lost to Como in a pre-season friendly as well. They have won 3 others in there. They beat Padova 2-1, who we beat 1-0. So this could be a close game. Now, in their friendlies, that was a neutral, away, neutral, neutral. Oh, they haven't actually played any home friendlies. I wanted to see what sort of turnout they were going to get at home for a friendly, and then see that was in Torino. Yeah, Olimpico Gran Torino. So why is that saying neutral? That is their home ground, isn't it? Oh, it's not. They play at Olimpico, and that is Olimpico Gran Torino. Okay, they must play their friendlies at Olimpico Gran Torino for some reason, but they're getting 15,000 for a friendly. So surely the Italian Cup first round has more of an attendance than a friendly. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, let's go and have a look at their squad quickly. They still have a very good team, as you would imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's changed. It's definitely changed in 4 seasons. Ivan Provedel is 35 years old. One of their options in goal, if we sort about this. They got 3 options. They got Gabriel Rusi. They got Yaros, who probably will start in goal, I'd imagine. Vitislav Yaros for them here. 6'3", very good 28-year-old Czech Republic. They've still got like Romagnoli is still there at the age of 34. So he's still going strong. And of course, they might underestimate us. They might think that we're going to be an easy walkover for them. Connie de Winter is still there. Bloody hell, I didn't realise. Have they signed him? Is he a Lazio player? No, yes, they've signed him from Milan. I swear he's not a Lazio player in real life. He's not. He plays for Milan. But yes, they've got a good team. It's just much better than us, isn't it? That's the obvious thing to say. So if we go and have a look at their wages. Who's their highest wage earner? 86 to 115k. Gustav Isaacson on the right wing is very quick and very good. Midfield, attacking midfield right looks pretty handy. They bought him from Michelin back in 23-24 for 14.25. He earns a lot more than anybody at our club. He earns more than our whole club probably 3 times over. So yeah, Guendouzi's still there, although not playing, as is Josh Doig, which I'm sure will get some love in the chat. Josh Doig is a very good player from Scotland, and you can normally pick him up quite cheap. They bought him for 4.5 from Sassuolo, so yeah, he's done all right. A Hibs boy done well, or a Hearts boy done well. So it's going to be tough. This is going to be tough, but it leads me on to the question that I wanted to ask, which is, I know for a fact, because I've been writing about this in my Discord and doing a few trials with different clubs and formations, I know for a fact strikerless and 3 at the back is a bit OP and meta. So my question to you, the audience, is obviously this is a Youth Academy challenge. How much am I allowed to use the meta? Right? How much am I allowed to use the meta and sort of go away from not go away from what we have been doing, because I've been tweaking the tactic to suit the team, but we have now lost our best central midfielder and our best attacker, of which we built the team around. So the team has pretty much had its heart ripped out. We do have the players and the ability of those players to play the system I've been using for my Man United save on Discord. That Man United series I did on YouTube, I then carried it on and I've played it off camera for another season. And basically, I won the league with 108 points. We lost 2 games and scored, or won it with 106 points and scored 108 goals or something. I'm interested to know your thoughts. And as an experiment, I think I'm going to do it against Lazio to see how we get on. So this is what we're playing at the moment. It's a system I've saved so I can go back to it. And oh yeah, annoyingly, Inverardi's injured for this game against Lazio, so we can't play him there either. But yeah, I'll set it up. Maybe we'll use it for like a half against Lazio and see how we get on. It's obviously, Lazio's not a fair game to do this against because Lazio are just so much better than us. But it could be fun. Either way, we're getting the money, right? So let's see how we go. So as you can see, not too much actually changes in personnel. The 2 central midfielders are the same. All 3 people that were playing attacking midfield are the same. Obviously, Biffy's in for Inverardi. Paracci and Napolitano play. Cabri and Negretti play. Vessi comes into centre-back. We're still playing Picci in goal. It's just that we don't play a striker, which would be, well, it would have been Granero because he's the most like Fucci we've got, but he's not as good in the air. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. The squad we have weirdly does suit this shape because we don't have a standout natural striker. Our best natural striker at the club is Valente, who's okay, but I don't think is worth having a system around to make sure that we're using a striker when the likes of Galina is a good striker but he's actually been playing really well on the right wing when we've put him out there. We've got Caputo, who's, again, a good striker, but wants to play on the right, developing well when we're using him on the right, so is more suited to being a winger. We've got Trasciani that wants to play an attacking midfield as a secondary striker, so that suits him really well, and he's one of our better players coming through. We've got Biffy and Inverardi on the right. We've got Granero on the right as well. Pellegrini and Puzzolo can sit in the middle. So I just thought we'd give it a go and then get your thoughts on it as well. So let's get into the game, and we'll be back to take on Lazio. Here we are then, Lazio lining up in a 4-2-3-1. They're a good team, aren't they? We're lining up in this strikerless 3 at the back, which is quite a dramatic change. I am fully aware of that, but hopefully we will be okay. I still love our kits. I haven't felt a need to upgrade them yet for the custom kits that we can do, but the players are out. It's time for kickoff. Okay, we've got the game underway. Obviously, it's kickoff, so this is just a natural highlight. Although Pellegrini, I thought it was going to be in. I thought straight away from the beginning we were going to be in behind Lazio then. I mean, he got a shot off, 0.21 XG, but not much happened from it. Like I said, I know this is very meta and OP to play with this shape and stuff, and we can go back to the 4-2-3-1. I'm interested to see how it does against Lazio. Those in my Discord, link in the description below, will know that my Europa Point stream save that I also play offline when I'm sort of in a place where I want to record the next video of this and I still want to play Football Manager, but I don't want to record a video, I don't have time to record a video, I play that Europa Point save. I beat Arsenal 2-1 with Europa Point using this system, so I'm interested to see how it does here. Now, it is susceptible to allowing very good strikers too much time on the ball, which we might see here for Iliev. Splits the defence. He scored a good goal. He scored a good goal. Not much we can do about that. Great finish from Iliev. That's what's going to happen. Obviously, we are playing on attacking as well, right? I just want to use this as the baseline for the understanding what this can do, because we're probably going to lose this game anyway. But it's a lovely finish from Iliev. Really good stuff. Nice finish. I mean, 20 minutes in, they've only had one shot on target. So we are playing relatively well. Also, if you notice that when we come back for a next highlight, there might be a drop-off in quality of the game image. This game is so... I had a moan about the game in the last episode because it crashed out when we went to penalties and I had to instant the result after playing 120 minutes of football, and we lost on penalties. But this game is so badly optimized. Like, I've moaned about this before. I have a PC that I can record and play Arc Raiders. I've got Arc Raiders playing in 4K and I record it in 1080p and it works perfectly fine. It can't play and record Football Manager with Football Manager's graphics being above balanced. It's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre. But yeah, so you can see we've lowered them down to balance, which means the pitch looks actually a little bit more texturized, I would call it. But it does mean the flow of the videos and there isn't any stutter and lag and stuff like that. So it is a little bit better. As Lazio go all the way back to Nasuko, out to Slatina, and that is half-time. Half-time. Only 1-0. Only 1-0. Do we get to know the attendance? That's what we're really interested in, isn't it? How many people have they got through the door for this game? As I think I will say you've been unlucky. Like, we're not playing terribly. We're really not playing terribly. No one's having a good performance per se, but yeah, we're also not getting battered, are we? So we'll have to see how this goes. Moscardo put that out to the right. So 4 shots, 1 on target. We didn't get to see it as a highlight. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. It's that sort of thing of, I like designing my own tactics, and I've tweaked this tactic from one that is commonly referred to as the meta at the moment to make it fit a system and see what we're doing and design it for the Man United save. But I'm interested to know. I'm interested to know your thoughts on playing the game like this. And obviously, as we go up the divisions, we're definitely going to tweak it for what we get. Reece Nelson shoots past the post, and yeah, not great. Not great from Lazio there. So, I mean, there's an hour gone. You can argue they're getting into the game. We're probably going to be getting tired now. As Iliev's free kick goes straight over the bar. I don't think Pitchy was really that worried. He was just covering it. But really, we're We're playing Lazio and we're only 1-0 down. And I will say the crowd does look quite sparsely populated. So that is something we'll have to keep an eye on as Biffy takes over here. Paracci turns well, does very well into Negretti, goes long over the top. Not a great ball as Moscardo goes back to Nasoko into Belhayin. De Vinta, Slatina, Belhayin, good interception from Paracci. Traschiani, can we counter? He's trying to put Granero into space, and Granero will hold this one up. Outside of the boot, cross to the back post, headed away. Paracci's there, back into the box, headed away again, and Napoli will probably come and counter us now. Della Bashiro out to Reece Nelson, and we've really got to track back, and Napolitano's trying to run those long legs. Oh, goalkeeper. Oh, Pitchy. You should be saving that, mate. I'm sorry. You should be saving that. But, hey, we try to go up the other end and score. It's a counter-attack there for Lazio. And Reece Nelson does well. Napolitano actually did pretty well to get back into that position. But, yeah, Pitchy, it's hit him and gone in. It's not a great display of goalkeeping, is it? But let's see how we go. Granero is anxious. So let's get on... We'll do Menina for him. We're going to do Caputo for Traschiani. And we're going to do Galina for Biffy. Just to mix it up at the front three a little bit. We'll bring on Isaac for Puzzolo in the more defensive role. And Cabri is yellow carded. We don't want any stupid red cards. So we could put... I know, let's do Conte for Cabri. And just see how we get on... in this game. So substitutions made. I mean, Lazio have very much dominated this second half, as you would expect them to. We could actually drop this down to positive as well. But again, this is a free hit. What's happened? Oh, Paracci's got injured. What game? Don't do this to me when, like, I know I've used all my subs. As if they've done this to me now. We're playing Lazio. It's hard enough already. Right, Menina's going to have to go and play at wing back. Bloody hell. Okay. This was a free hit to try something different. See how we get on. I think 2-0 against Lazio is pretty decent, to be honest. We're more interested in what the money situation is that's going to come from this, what the attendance is and stuff like that. But let me know your thoughts down below. It's very out of keeping with what I normally do. We normally set up the team to go with the strengths we've got. And I could argue that this is setting up in a system with the strengths that we've got. The unfortunate thing is that we've just lost our two. If we still had, by the way, very clear message here. If we still had Carbone and Fucci, or even if we just had Fucci, I wouldn't have changed the system. I wouldn't have even contemplated changing the system because it played to his strengths in terms of crossing and getting the ball forward up to his big head. But yeah, we've lost those players, so we need to look at other avenues to try and get us back up to the top of the table. As Galina comes forward with it, swings it to the back post. Caputo heads it across. Shot! Goal from Isaac! Oh my word, we've scored at Lazio. There's 4 minutes to go with time added on. And Galina's dug out across with his weak foot over to Caputo. Great header back into Isaac, the on-rushing central midfielder. And he's bloody scored. The guy that I wasn't sure if he was going to replace Carbone or not has come on against Lazio and scored a goal. That is unbelievable in the 91st minute. He can tell his kids about that. He can tell his kids. He can tell his grandkids. Oh, wow. What? 2-1. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. 24% possession. Absolutely love it. 7 shots, 3 on target. I mean... It's really, Menina came on and got a 7.1 playing a left wing back. Caputo in attacking midfield 7.2. I'm really not that annoyed by that. You gave it your best effort. 2-1 to Lazio. 2-1. That's really not a bad performance. Youthful Piacenza come unstuck against Lazio. So we've got 8.64k for playing in the first round, but I'm interested. 29,000. And we get about half of that. That is very nice. So if we look at finances overview, because I don't think it's gone into the balance yet. 1050. If we press continue once and then come back to the next day on the 19th, we should get an update in the finances. So it's 1,050,000 basically. See you in a bit. Okay, we've come back to a bit of disappointing news that one of our youth players that we're not known yet, Marco Esposito, has been poached by Sassuolo, which is very annoying. But yeah, I mean, Negretti's making good progress, which is good at centre-back. Vessi, one of our other centre-backs, is, well, seems to be improving. And then we've got a long list of things that I'm not going to read right now. We'll get into it. But it was $1,050,000. We are now onto the overview. $1,030,000. We've lost money. How have we lost money? How have we lost money? This month, gate receipts, 154,000. So we haven't lost money. We've definitely got loads of money from gate receipts. Like last month, 86,000. This month, like 154,000 from gate receipts. Maybe it hasn't gone into it because it's not the end of the month. But anyway, looks like we got quite a good payday from the Lazio game. Let me know your thoughts about the tactic and what we want to do. I might stick with it for a few games just to see how we get on. So obviously we've got the next round of the Cup coming up. And then we're going to be playing through to a point maybe like January, or if there's some news to come back for. And then the youth academy or the youth intake, and then the end of the season. So yeah, we'll see how we do. We've remained in Serie C A. Inter didn't go up. Padova did go up. Padova won the final. So we do still have Inter in our team. And if we have a quick look at the media prediction, there it is. And if we look at the media prediction, we're now not bottom. Campo de Sergo, who got promoted, are bottom. We're second bottom. And then it's Lazio and I want to say that's Juventus's under 23s. Yeah, Juventus under 23s that are favourites to go up. So it's going to be an interesting season. It's definitely going to be an interesting season, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, if we start having really good performances with a meta tactic when I use it for, let's say, I'll use it for like the first 5 to 7 games of the season and see how we do. But I am interested in your thoughts. If I play through and a number of people have said, I don't want you to do that, like go back to playing our 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, however you want to call it, then I will revert it. But I know a lot of people are keen to actually see the players come up and get the best out of the players. And if that's player meta and OP stuff, then I don't know, so be it. I don't really mind because I know tactically that I can tweak things and make things better. So it's more a case of, do we play strikerless with 3 at the back? Because that's the meta, right? The meta and OP thing is 3 at the back and strikerless. Do we play that to our team strengths? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. I'm starting to really enjoy our interactions again. And thank you all again for the lovely comments on the last video saying that you preferred the style and stuff like that. It's good to be back to normal. See you in the next one. Cheers.